Hello and welcome to another technical analysis tutorial. In this tutorial we want to talk about ascending triangles. Ascending triangles are some of the greatest trade setups. They are really showing very well that buying pressure is building up, and they are some of the most reliable trend continuation strategies that can predict a breakout and that can give you a heads up before a breakout and allow you to make some profitable trades and get into a trade early, and also for you help to understand to carry out technical analysis and to understand where a chart or price might be heading. So if you in one of the last videos we captured and talked about wedges as reversal patterns, and here what we can see here is a descending wedge. So that indicated a trend reversal from this downtrend where we are coming from, indicating already a trend reversal. So that was the first heads up, and it's always good to combine these with each other, So this was the first heads up that trend reversal might be coming. Strong rejection down here, V-shaped recovery, and then we were getting into this triangle structure. Why triangle? Well, because what you can clearly see, we have a horizontal resistance line here. This was a resistance before, and we were starting to climb up the price ladder. So there are two things here. First of all, you have this clear triangle shape here. So that indicates the closer you get to the apex before that horizontal resistance line and that diagonal support line, the more likely it is that we will see a breakout, because the more the price gets squeezed between these two levels, the more pressure is building up. What we also have here is the situation that these triangles can allow you to understand when a trend is starting and to get very early in the trend, because you can see what happened after the breakout. At this point, let's take a look. So you could have made some really nice gains, okay? So these can really give you a nice heads up. An ascending triangle always has at least one horizontal, it has one horizontal resistance line. So you've got the diagonal support line coming from down here, and then a horizontal resistance line which will be broken if the trend really continues. And as always with any pattern, these are never guaranteed to work, but they are some of the most reliable trend continuation patterns. Okay, so one more. So I did already give you one heads up here, because I always encourage you to use context as well. We've got the descending wedge here, which is a trend reversal pattern. So coming from that downtrend actually that we can see here, we actually had two. So one here and one here, which indicated that the downtrend was slowing down, and then we had really that final reversal coupled with that ascending triangle, a really good heads up that a trend, that we are now heading into an uptrend. What we can see is here that horizontal resistance line and the trend coming up, the buying pressure building up. And one more heads up is actually that when you take a closer look and we draw another line down here, you can actually see from one low to the other, you can actually see that the speed or the momentum of the trend is going up as well, because we've got one line here which is, it's a bit hard to see maybe, but it's less steep than this next line here. So it just means that the trend is actually increasing in momentum as well. So what you do basically, you connect lows, ideally 3 lows, but when you have a triangle, sometimes two work out as well, and you connect these with each other. But what you can do obviously here, you've got various touch points here. So either way, you could have drawn it like that, but sometimes these change in shape as well as we go. So you could have then changed it to that. But either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the function of it. It is still an ascending triangle, because you've got that line defined already as a previous support and resistance level climbing up. And these are always quite easy to spot as well when you have a little bit of practice. And what you can see is that really the price was getting squeezed between these two levels. And again, the very last heads up, and I talked about that in previous videos as well. Basically, the price, always try to understand what sellers and buyers are doing. And what they are doing here is, again, more and more strong buyers, and the sellers cannot really push the price down lower again. Okay, so we're making higher lows continuously. And the very last heads up is one attempted breakout that failed. And then when you have that and the sellers can't push the price away anymore from that resistance line, that is the final heads up that you normally need, that will then in the next attempt really normally, and very often, not always, but very, very often, lead to the breakout. And then some traders would trade the breakout here, but this is getting extremely more difficult, because sometimes you have fake outs as well. But a very good confirmation that's very reliable is then to get into the trade here as soon as you have the first retest, successful retest, first green candle, and then we go up. That is then when many more conservative traders would enter a trade, long position. And also you can use moving averages. You can see that we were, together with this breakout, we were starting to get above these moving averages here. So you have various indicators that really can tell you that we are getting and will see that breakout happening. And then of course, when the breakout happens, you would normally not enter a trade before a breakout. That's when many amateur traders are losing money, because they can't wait for the breakout, but it is really reliable. And as soon as you see the breakout, you would, strong indication that you can you get into a long trade, and that we will see a trend to the upside. So that's a very clear sign, the ascending triangle. We've got another one here. It's not such a strong one, but just another example here where you have a support and resistance line here, and then you're moving up in this making higher lows. And the stronger a resistance line is, the more clear and more more strongly the breakout will be. All right, that's pretty much the ascending wedge trend continuation pattern to the upside. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this technical analysis journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.